G'day guys, it's Wayne from Team BBQ War. Today we've been very spoiled. We're going to take you through the process of how I love to do my favourite, or one of my favourites. It's a tomahawk and it's from Black Origin. This is probably the best beef on planet Earth. It's done to the Japanese standard. It's grown in New Zealand. Absolutely beautiful. Today this is 1.4 kilo. It's a fortified marble score. You can only imagine what their 8 and 9 marble scores look like. So first things first, we want to get yourself a sharp knife. Be careful. Cut that out of the packet. Before we go touching the meat, we'll quickly slip a set of, we get our gloves on. Grab yourself a couple of handy towels. Today we're going to be reverse searing this tomahawk. So what we've actually done is we just grabbed the cordless drill earlier and we put a little hole through it there, and that hole simply so we can just do that and we can hang it. But first things first, we're going to talk about the rubs. There's many rubs out on the market. I really like to try and support New Zealand rubs. There's a lot of guys now that are doing pretty fantastic jobs of different rubs. We've got our own beef rub, that one there, it's called B52. But today we're not going to be using that. We're going to be keeping it super basic. And when I say super basic, we want to let the meat do the talking. And we've got a really great rub here, SPG, and that's from Texans. So this is a great rub. They've got many different rubs, but today we're using the SPG. The reasons there's no added artificial bits and pieces in here. So we've got salt, pepper and garlic. That's what it stands for. We're lucky enough, we've had a bit of a sneak peek today. He's got a base rub coming out, and hence it's got no label. So we're just going to give it a light dusting of a base rub, which we can start with. You don't need to go silly. Really want to let the meat do the talking today, especially when you've got such a great quality piece of meat. You don't want to overpower it. So just a light dusting. Make sure you get it everywhere. Light dusting like that. That's enough of that. You can grab a little handy towel like this. You can just give it a light pat down to make sure it stays on there. Move it around to pick up the last of it. Some people do cut a little bit of excess fat off. To be honest, where there's fat, there's flavour. So I'm going to leave that fat on. It's totally up to you. You can always cut it off last, but you can't add it to it when it's cooking. So anyway, we'll get the SPG, rip the packet open like that. These SPGs also come in a shaker as well. There's a shaker there. Makes it a lot easier to apply. Open it up, got nice big holes on there, and there you go. A lot easier than using the bag. The bags are great, convenient, they don't take up much room, but having a shaker just makes that much nicer coverage. Make sure you get both sides good. Some people ask about binders. Do you need a binder? You can use a binder. You can use a spray on oil. You can use mustard. People always ask about mustard. Does it give a mustard flavour? Well, believe it or not, you can't even taste the mustard. The mustard's simply used as a binder to make the rub stick better. But when you got a nice piece of meat like this, there's enough fat and oil on it to make that rub stick nice, and that'll come up with a nice bark. So there you have it. We're just going to wait a little bit for the cooker to come up to temperature. We've put the charcoal on earlier, so you can see the coverage there. We'll just let that rest on the board just to take in a bit more of the flavour for say 15-20 minutes while the charcoal's doing its job, and then we'll take you over to the barbecue and we'll show you it hanging in there. So we're going to do what they call a reverse sear. So we're going to take it through to about 130, and then we're going to pull it off, and then we're going to direct sear it to take it up to our final medium rare. So when you're bringing your charcoal over to your barbecue, always make sure you've got a decent charcoal chimney so you don't burn yourself, or put a glove on when you tip it, otherwise the flame comes up your arm. Anyway, so putting it down into there, tipping it nicely on top, which will catch the rest. Take about 10 minutes and the whole lot should be up and going. Make sure you open your vents on your barbecue. Today we're using the Kiwi Can Q, which is proudly all made in New Zealand. So before we put the tomahawk in, it pays to get a little bit of smoking wood. These guys have made it super easy. It's called Urban Lumberjack, and today, and definitely one of my favorites, we're using cherry chunks. So first of all, open the barbecue unit up, get a couple of pieces of wood. Got a nice couple of chunks there. Put one there and throw one up over the back there. You only need a couple of bits. And then we'll lower this in here like this. Just put it away from the fire, just like that. There we go, you can see that wood starting to smoke. That Urban Lumberjack is super nice and seasoned dry. So anyway, now we won't waste that smoke. Put the lid on. Just make sure that she's fully open. Both the vents are open in this case. And now it's just a waiting game. And get yourself an instant read. There's many different models around. Get yourself an instant read. And so we'll come back and say 20 minutes. Give it a check and see where we are from there. But we're looking for about that 135, and then we'll take it off and we'll get some charcoal and then we'll direct sear it. Okay, time to check it. So we're in Fahrenheit. There we go, look at that. Have a peep in there. I'll bring that out. 130, the magic number. Bring that over here. Oh yeah. Carefully take that out. So we've got our little charcoal chimney going here. It's going to be probably perfect for what we're doing. Don't try this at home, kids. A little bit of oil on there, bit of a paper towel just to hold our hot bone. Look at that. Oh yeah. Yum, yum. Bit more oil. You can spray it on the meat. Okay guys, we're back. It's taken about an hour for this whole process. You might have remembered we started off with a beautiful Black Origin Tomahawk, 1.4 kilos, so she's a bit of a beast. So we took it to a temperature of 130, and then we direct seared it, and we've taken it up to about 145. So here we go. So there you have it. Beautiful, medium rare. How can you beat that?